Welcome back to Two Dads Having a Beer, the podcast where the only thing more honest than the stories we're telling is the beer that we're drinking. Every single episode, we sit down with a different dad from a different walk of life. It doesn't matter what title this dad carries, because in this space right here, we're just dads. We're just dads talking about what it's like to raise kids, chase purpose, and of course, stay sane through the entire process. I'm your host, Brandon Labonte. I'm a dad of 10. Yes, it's a blended family, but I like the pause because it makes people feel like, man, that guy's getting it. But the reality is I did get it, and now I have 10 kids, and now they're all getting it. I'm doing my best to protect, provide, and to be present. If you're new here, hit subscribe, follow us on all our social media pages. And if you've got a story to tell and you're a dad, well, the door is always open for more guest dads. Tonight, I'm repping Hampline Brewing Company's shirt. That's right. They're out of Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm rocking their T-shirt. It's actually their soccer gear. But honestly, Hampline Brewing Company, thank you so much. Send me a 6-pack. I would love that a whole lot more than another T-shirt. So let's get into it tonight. Da, da, da. Tonight's guest dad is someone who blends grit, values, and a whole lot of heart, both at work and at home. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a farmer, and behind the scenes, he's leading and managing emergency operations, security, and facility logistics. Listen, that is a lot of hats. But outside of those walls, he's passing on a legacy of an integrity and faith through a farm life to his kids and his family. And when he's seeing, these are the things that he does, his everyday life. And he's even wearing a cowboy hat. He sells local beef. He's leading historical reenactments. He's teaching his son life lessons, doing chores. He's proving you don't need Wi-Fi to raise a grounded kid. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Noah Parrish.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Hey, man, that was a pretty good introduction, wasn't it?
That's pretty good, man. I
Yeah,
think
man.
we
You owe
got
me
everything
five.
covered.
Yeah, you owe me $5.
All right, no problem. I'll get to you.
Yeah, no, okay. I appreciate it. I'll just take some of that bread your wife makes. So where are you calling from, man?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually here from the homestead in High Springs, man, right here in North Florida.
Woo! I love High Springs, man. I lived there for quite some time. And so how many acres you got out there in that homestead?
So in total with the family, originally it was 126 acres that was bought in 1948. We kind of upkeep with about 40 of it still of the original property, and then we have another herd of cows at another location closer to Gainesville we maintain also.
Boom. Hey, man. So this is Two Dads Having a Beer, and I'm super thrilled that you're on the episode tonight. So what do you have in
Yes, I got the good old classic Coors Banquet, man. The way to go.
the banquet, man? That reminds me.
Banquet.
Are you a Yellowstone fan? That's what they drink on that show, isn't it?
No, I tried to get into it and I just couldn't do it, man. Honestly, what got me into Coors Banquet is I kind of idolize a lot of older country stars like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and stuff. And it's kind of
Right on.
seems like you always seen them, but really Smokey and the Bandit is what really kind of is my way to go. They didn't drive all the way to Texarkana for just any beer. So
That's very true, and that's a freaking great movie.
it
I
is.
loved it. I feel like I would love to have one of those Trans Ams, man.
That would be, yeah. I don't know
It
if
would,
Caleb let me, but I'd like to have one. She'd
I'd love
probably
to have
drive
it.
up more than me, though.
Well, I am drinking a Three Daughters Florida Orange IPA. This is a St. Petersburg beer brewing company out of there, and I'm really excited to have it. It's super cold, man. I've had it in ice for like hours. So on the count of three, we're gonna open these suckers up. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. And let's have a drink. Cheers, brother.
Good, man.
Well, to be honest with you, I I freaking love it. I do. I could I
Yeah.
can't drink all 6 of those because IPAs have a high alcohol by volume level.
Yeah,
And
that's what
so
I didn't realize until one night the banquets are actually at 5%.
so you just keep on going with those.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
give
mean,
me a
it's more than the lights. So
yeah, that's true. So give me a recent, "Yep, I'm definitely a dad."
yeah, actually, we kind of talked about it on your live the other day on TikTok. It was definitely our son is every once in a while has these sleepwalking events, and we were waking up one night to him standing in the bathroom and trying to figure out exactly what he was doing. And once we finally got him awoke and come back to earth, as we like to say, and once we kind of wrote him back in, we realized he was standing and urinating into the vanity. And so I don't know if it's more of a sleepwalking or a late drunk night, incident. It was definitely
Your son was not drinking
entertaining.
banquets, though.
No,
So
no, he wasn't. I hope not. But it was definitely quite entertaining afterwards. I'm like, yeah, I've never thought I'd be in here clean up after my son in the vanity. This was
oh my
fantastic.
gosh. That is one of those moments where you're like, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
that's
a
it.
dad. This is definitely my kid." Not that you pee in the corners of your house, I'm not saying that.
No, I had
I'll
not
add
I know of.
not that
I
you
would
know
know
of.
about it. I would know about it.
So, man, how's Kayla and how is the family? Is everything going well for you?
Yeah, we're doing good. And we fortunately, a few years ago I was able to finally, just kind of be a stay-at-home mom and homeschool and stuff with their health, and everything's been going great ever since. We've been able to manage it, and it's been kind of a dream. She can manage her health a lot better, and she, like you say, you mentioned her bread. She goes to town baking bread and cookies, and she's almost like a local celebrity around here now. So it's working fantastic.
Yeah, let's big shout out. What's the name of your TikTok channel, the big one?
Yeah, is it a big one? It's actually FLC Homestead. It's you find it FL underscore cattle. She's pretty much the star of it. She does all the videos, the editing. That's her world. She is killing it on there.
1+ million views on several of
Yes,
your videos, man. It is absolutely blowing
and I
up.
never knew you'd take a calf into Tractor Supply that would just blow up like that. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, I really didn't want to do it, but we did. Tractor Supply's like, yeah, that's fine, and then now it's like over 1 million views.
that's really awesome. So let's talk about your work, man. You're the director of facilities, EVS security and emergency management. What is that, bro?
Yeah, so basically, I deal with the day-to-day operations, is all regular maintenance with the housekeeping with the security team, which mainly works nights and weekends, and then emergency management. So I do all the preparations, preparing for hurricanes, terrorist attacks if there is. I mean, it's a rural community where it is, so the likelihood of it happening, is very less likely than say Jacksonville or Gainesville. But we still got to be prepared and then ready for it in case. Um, but I mean, it's the day to day stuff. I'm actually certified HVAC. That's what my actual trade. I have a background in electrical. I can't stand plumbing. I can do it. I've been in construction my whole life.
I only like the clean pipes of plumbing.
Yes, yes. And for some reason, you get in facilities, you never get clean pipes. It's always the after fact, so,
Truth.
I just been in construction my whole life. My stepdad had a framing company. So, I was running roofing crews when I was 10. 40-year-old guys didn't really care too much for that, but, that's what my dad expected out of me. So that's what we did. So,
Listen,
and
you got
that
to
my,
get it done, bro.
yeah, my biological dad was a cabinet builder. So I spent a lot of time building cabinets with him growing up and, just all around everything.
Listen, working with your hands is one of those things that is absolutely a requirement in today's society. I mean, everybody
Yeah,
can't be an educated, when I say like working at a college or something like that, like
right.
from because your legacy is through your hands. And I talk about that all the time in the work. I tell people, listen, man, when you drive by a building with your family in the car, what is the first thing you say? You say, I built that. I built that, right? Because they
Yeah.
have pride, right? They have pride in what they've done with their hands, and it's pretty amazing. There's a need for more tradespeople, and if you're listening and you have young kids and they don't know what to do with their life, get them into a trade. HVAC is always going to be needed. Plumbing clearly is always going to be needed. Electrical
Always.
always going to be needed for sure. So, hey man, what's it like balancing the high pressure world that you work in and that farm life at home?
It's a nonstop. We don't, man, I say we honestly haven't really taken a vacation since we were married. So that's been 10, 11 years ago. Going on 11 years now.
Listen,
And
you're
that was like
bringing a
right after
that's
the honeymoon.
that's a sore subject for Kayla, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I mean, we definitely, but it's our passion. It's our, we're trying to keep, this farm up and going. Her granddad's been here. He just turned 93 last month, and this is where he's been his whole life. So that's what we're trying to keep it going for him. And, obviously with, our son kind of showing him where he's came from and what all of our family's been doing for here just in Florida for over 200 years, trying to keep that legacy alive and getting him to take it over once it's his time.
Yeah, man, that's a role that there's a lot of responsibility that you're playing out, because you're leading not only in your workplace, right, but you're also
Mhm.
leading uh, your son to both be professional, right,
Yep.
and also to understand what it's like to be a good dad one day. Would you agree with
Exactly.
that?
No,
Yeah.
I
So,
agree with that. And then plus, like you mentioned about the trades, he's getting to see me, somebody who never went to college, and I'm at a director level.
yeah,
I've
man,
worked, literally from the bottom to the top as you can get to, and that's, it's possible. It can happen.
it
So,
absolutely can happen, and absolutely, you are living proof
yeah,
of that. So, if you had to give yourself a custom job title that covered all of your entire life, what would it be?
the handyman, that would pretty much cover it. Honestly, there's really a lot that I, I'd say I haven't done yet, but there's still a lot that I have done too. It's kind of a, it's a, everybody always looks, at my resumes and they're like, man, that's kind of elaborate. You've done all different kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, I had the opportunities and I just never said no. So I just went and took it and seeing where it would take me from there. So,
Man, that's a true statement. And when it comes to resumes and work experience, if you were to see my resume, you'd see that I had a lot of different types of jobs. And what it's done
mhm,
is it's helped me. It well rounded me enough to understand that the career that I'm in now, right, and I've been in it for quite some time. It allowed me to be better understanding other people
all
from
right.
different walks of life, and I think that's really, sometimes overlooked by recruiting people when they look at resumes. So, hey, listen, man, family, farming, and fatherhood, the 3 F's of your life right now.
Mhm.
What lessons are you intentionally teaching your son through the farm?
A lot of it, and Kayla's big on this. Your actions do have consequences. You don't really see that in a lot of the generations today. They expect they can do something and nothing's going to happen. And
Mm,
we purposely, show Waylon that yes, there is. Your actions will have consequences. If you forget to feed your animals, well, you might not have animals again. Like that's the reality. And it's the you learn how to take your punches, especially with agriculture. I mean, it's a hard business to be in
yeah,
general. Everything works against you. When you're trying to take care of animals, it's you pretty much got a 50-50 shot on if they're going to live or not. So you do everything you can to make it work, and it's kind of hope and pray that that morning they're going to still be alive. And it's kind of you learn to just really respect the land, take care of everything, and you just give everything all you got all the time, and just keep going with it.
yeah, man. Is it really a 50-50 chance? Because that's
A lot
that's
of a lot, a lot of
that's like a
times.
coin flip, man.
You pretty much there's a lot of times if we get a cow down and it's I mean, you kinda guess I mean, you can get an idea what's wrong with them, but, you start getting 'em and we don't really like to give antibiotics, but when they're sick, obviously we do, and it's kinda we give them everything we can, it's like, well, hopefully they're up in the morning, and that's pretty much how it rolls with it.
How many heads of cattle you got?
I mean, we're somewhere between 40 and 50 right now in total. Between both herds. We have here at the house. I kind of just today started calling them our legacy herd. This is our original herd that's been here for the 14 years that Kayla and I have actually been totally together. So we got, our bull actually will be 8 years old in March. This coming March, and he's gonna live out his retirement here. He's actually the best cow we have. He'll load up on a trailer by himself. He can go out there and pet him,
Wow.
everything. Um,
But can
but
you ride?
we got our original herd here. There's another herd we take care of closer to Gainesville.
Mhm.
We're up to almost 25 over there at that place. So got them all over the place. But I think Waylon keeps a good track. We're almost somewhere like 240 something animals in total that
Wow.
we take care of.
That is
Yeah.
quite a crew, I would say.
Yeah.
So, from the standpoint of the business side of your ranch, right? How do you guys make money with that?
So we do a lot of different things. So we obviously always do the beef feed out. So we actually feed steers out, get them to about 1,000 pounds or so, take them in. We can do custom exempt processing where they can buy, the quarter, half, or whole cow. Or we also take them and have them USDA process where we can actually sell individual steaks, hamburger, whatever we want off of them.
I'm gonna
Um,
come by tonight. I could use a steak, bro.
yeah, I think we may be actually completely out. I think we're waiting on to take one to the processor here soon so we can restock for ourselves. But yeah,
Just
that's
say
what.
no next time. Don't make up an excuse.
Hey, man, honestly, if we got it in the freezer, and we'll call you, and you're more welcome to come eat, man. We'll throw
That's a
some on the
I
plate. That's kind of, hey, it's like a marketing thing, come by and try it, and then you want to buy something.
You wanna buy some. That's exactly right. Listen, hey,
Exactly.
listen, are
Yep.
you allowed to sell outside of the state of Florida when you do have stuff? I mean, do you, like,
Yeah,
cold
when
ship
it's
and
USDA,
freeze
yeah,
pack?
once we USDA process, you can sell outside the state of Florida.
Okay.
There's a lot of boundaries you do have to worry about when you cross the state lines. With different diseases. Now we kind of have a threat of this new world screwworm that's coming, which has been in the states before. It took 30 years to get rid of it last time it was here.
Wow.
That's why we're having such a border issue with imported beef coming across from Mexico right now, is because of that threat is coming up from South America and Central America. So we as cattle ranchers here are concerned about when the breakout. They actually genetically modified male flies to take over so that those flies cannot, you know, procreate and have more flies that cause them to spread. And a lot of the plants and labs that were doing that were shut down because we eradicated it before. So now they're trying
Interesting.
to ramp everything back up to try to cut it off again. But I mean, that's just part of the ag business. There's always something out there.
You know
No matter what.
you know what's really cool
Yep.
about talking to, ag people is, I'm not trying to diminish education at all, right?
Mhm.
But the things that you learn and the things that you know and the science that's behind everything that you do and understanding the just the agricultural world, right? There is so much studying and knowledge that is required to be successful in that. It's almost as if you definitely don't need an education to do that because you're getting it from the moment you get your first animal on your farm. Would you I
Yeah.
mean, I
It
feel
is,
like
it is.
that.
Everything becomes hands-on. I mean, you get to the point where, you don't wanna, that vet call for that mobile vet to come becomes expensive, so you start learning how to give those injections and doing what you gotta do
Okay.
yourself too. So, and that's what, Kayla does. I mean, I learned how to do it originally in high school. I went through veterinary assisting school when I was at
Mhm.
the local high school here. But
Where'd
Kayla
you go
does
to
all
high
the
school?
injections at Santa Fe High School in Alachua.
Go Raiders.
Yeah, go Raiders. They had a veterinary assisting program there. It was a huge program when I was there. I think it has somewhat dwindled. They still have it, but it's nowhere near like it was back in early 2000s. Um,
Okay.
but we learned how to do artificial insemination. We learned how to do all this stuff for large animals, and then now you know we use it every day out here. We do our own injections. We do everything ourselves without trying to save that extra dollar from calling that vet to come do it.
Yeah,
So,
man. I mean, that extra buck goes a long way when you have to buy additional feed because your
right.
cows are huge, right? So you're trying to get them to a certain weight. You need to have that
Yep.
extra dollar, and everything that you can spare is going to be helpful from that standpoint. Hey, listen, you've done some, some historical. Let me get this right. You have done historical reenactments. What
Mhm.
what do you do, man? What do you just go out there and just play dead?
That's what everybody asks. It's actually I did it for 14 years consecutively. I started as a freshman in high school when I first got into it, and I'd always had a love for history. Growing up, my grandmother was a volunteer at the VA hospital in Lake City, so I spent a lot of my real young childhood with her. Around all these World War II vets, Vietnam vets, Korean War vets, and
Yeah.
getting to hear these firsthand stories. And my grandfather Cox was World War II vet as well. And he had passed before I was born, but he had a scrapbook that he took. He was in the Navy, so he had all these pictures that he took when he was in the North Atlantic. And so I just sit there as a kid and just look through this stuff. And when I had the opportunity, actually, I started in Civil War reenacting initially, and then just kind of learn the ropes. Next thing you know, you're going to start buying your own uniforms, and then you're like, well, now I'm gonna get into what they call the campaigner side, which is like the hardcore guys. They're actually sleeping the same way the guys did. They're wearing the exact same uniforms they did at that specific time in the war, at that battle.
Wow.
to where you have a different uniform for almost every event you go to. And it definitely money wise, it adds up big time. And we don't nobody's paid for any of it. It's all volunteer. You're just doing it out of fun, but you get the opportunity to go to all these original historical sites. We get access to a lot of museums to see, original documents that nobody else has ever seen before. We get to read firsthand letters from the guys during those time periods. And I
Wow.
mean, it opened the doors for a lot of stuff. I worked at the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine for a while as a volunteer. I was nationally certified in artillery there, so I could do historic weapon demonstrations at any national park, um, all over the place. I've been to Gettysburg and Manassas Battlefield and just everywhere.
Man, I'm now realizing why Kayla loves you so much. Bro, you have a wealth of background that is absolutely astonishing. I
Well,
mean, I
it's
could
funny.
talk to
Yeah, we actually met at a reenactment, and the funny part is that she can't stand them. She absolutely hates reenactments. And she was kind of conned in to go to it, and then that's how we ended up meeting at it. And then I kind of got back into it when Waylon was still young, and I was like, yeah, at a certain point I got to stop. Like it was, I was getting back in that rhythm of going every other weekend to a different event somewhere, and I convinced her to go with a newborn to one, and that was not good. I did not. He cried all night long, and she was ready to kill me. Like we was about to have a real war, like legit. She was ready to
yeah,
murder me the next day.
the North versus the South for shit.
Yeah,
That
like
is pretty awesome.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, one day I'll probably take Waylon out, and but I just had opportunity. I got to see a lot of stuff that was never published. A lot of people never seen, and got to read from that time period, and it was really unique. It was pretty cool.
Man, that's really awesome. Hey, listen, this is just a quick cut back to the before we get back to this conversation. I just want to talk to the people that are listening to this, watching this, and I just want to let you know if you've been rocking with two dads having a beer, you already know that this is more than just a podcast, right? You have seen us talk to real dads, have a safe space to talk with dads in total honesty. This is dads supporting dads. It's literally beer fueled perspectives. If you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I would love for you guys to subscribe. We have absolutely great things coming up with Two Dads Having a Beer. If you are a subscriber, every month, one lucky person is going to get instant access to lots of swag, and we will throw it at you. And, we go off the record on the TikTok. The stuff that we want to talk about, only subscribers get the access to that. It is called the Tap Room, and we're really looking forward to you guys. Hit follow, hit hit comment and share all those things. But you can find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, and we drop episodes every single time we talk to a new dad. Real stories, real dads, nothing but it. The best. This community is super supportive. And hey, man, let's get back to the show. What role does faith play in your life today?
It pretty much plays every bit of it now. Right out of high school, a good friend of mine had passed away that same year in August, and I definitely, and when Kayla and I first got together, I drank a lot, big time. I mean, drinking a handle a weekend, sometimes more than that, and
Wow.
and then over time, honestly, I say the person that probably made some of the biggest changes in my life was definitely Kayla for sure. Um, I think my motivation to get to where I am now in my life is a lot because of her. She's helped drive me to get here. And whenever she got to where she couldn't physically work as much every day, I got to the point where I was like, it's fine. Be a stay at home mom. Like that's what you need. It's going to work best for you. It's going to help you with your illnesses, and I'm going to do what I can to make it continue to work for you that way. So, and I think that her motivation and what she saw in me is what really pulled me around and helped bring it to where I just put everything in, my faith and trust in the Lord and just let it roll. Just let it go.
Man,
It goes.
that there's definitely people in your life that influence you, and
Yeah.
I am in the same vein with that. I absolutely adore my wife, right? And I adore her for so many reasons. One, because she's absolutely gorgeous, right? And
Mhm.
two, she's always supportive. Listen, husbands and wives, they have arguments, right? There's never a
Right.
perfect time for everything, right? And we have seasons in our life, but the fact that you can trust that the person that you've decided to spend the rest of your life with has your best interest in mind, man, there's nothing better than that. And congratulations for finding such an amazing woman who hates reenactments.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing, honestly, is I mean, she's a very caring and supporting person, but she's very blunt too, and she'll just
Uh,
tell you right off the bat. She doesn't hold back. So it
yeah, yeah.
works.
Sometimes I don't
Like
like
sometimes
that.
you need that. You need that firm, foot on the ground. It's like, no, it's not doing it.
Yeah, my
But
my wife is like that too, and the
yeah,
truthfully, I mean, I get angry. I get angry. Like I don't want to hear that, but it is the best thing. Like coming from
right.
her. So, hey, are there any moments where you've had to really lean in hard on your faith lately?
I mean, definitely, there's been some, changes. Before I went to where I'm at now, and I worked with the Florida East Coast Railway for a while and for 2 years, and I mean it was a fantastic job. I mean I was just on the road a lot,
Hmm.
and I knew that trying to come back closer to home. I mean there was a lot of things that happened when I'd be down in Miami that I really need to be closer to the house on, and we just thankfully I was able to find the place I'm at now, working and as I mean it was a pay cut, but I knew that everything was going to be all right. I mean we had to some other events happen. We lost some of the property on the
Mm,
farm. Had to do a really fast get everything moved in 2 weeks. I was out till 1, 2 in the morning
wow.
almost every night trying to get all the fences pulled up and panels and then we started this business last year and it was kind of a I mean, we had been doing this for years, but had never really pulled the trigger on trying to start a business to make something out of it. And we just kind of just let it run with it and just start let it go and see where it takes us. And now, we're making soaps, we're making lotions, we're doing all different kinds of stuff now. And it's just sitting back and just letting it all unfold. Just put every faith and trust and just let it go.
It's pretty amazing, the entrepreneur life, right? And how
It is.
awesome it can be. And listen, if you guys are watching this show, there are opportunities for you to do the same thing. But if you need things, that's what this show is about. And this is the time where we're gonna shout out a small business called familylegacycattle.com. Tell us all of the things that you offer through your business. I believe there's like goat milk tallow products, local beef and
Yeah.
pork. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
And
So
where do
we're
we get
doing
it?
yeah, so like you said, familylegacycattle.com. You can go in there and visit it. We got goat milk and beef tallow soaps, all different kind of scents. We're actually about to start a whole new scent just for one special store. That's going to be local in High Springs. So it's coming like our
Wow.
little hometown, support going on there.
What's the
Um,
name of that store? If you're local, you can go there. It's a
yeah,
serendipity. What is it?
yeah. Actually, you just named it. It will be the serendipity. Right now,
Hey,
if right now, if everything works out, we will have special scents just for that location that will
how
be
awesome is that?
there. But yeah, so we do the soaps, we do goat milk and beef tallow lotion. We have beard oils, and it's all natural. The preservative that's with the goat milk is a natural preservative. Um, it's something we kind of had to do, kind of make up while we're growing cows out, growing pigs out. Um, and we have tallow. Obviously that's a byproduct of cattle. It's we have a dairy goat that get a gallon a day off of. So you got to do something with it. So we decided we just kind of went off on a limb. My brother-in-law makes a lot of it. Kayla helps him out with it. She runs the website. I mean, it's I do a lot of the networking, and we all kind of join in on the marketing and stuff with it. And I mean, it's definitely going. It's a lot farther than what I thought we would be at this point with it.
Man, when you have all hands on deck mentality and there is this mission to make something happen, right? And everybody believes in it, man, there is nothing going to stop you. I am absolutely
Yeah,
I'm thrilled. I am thrilled for you and Kayla and your family and the farm and you've got a supporter here and you've also got a client and a customer here and I promise that well I just won't eat the bread. I'll eat more, I promise. And I'll
yeah,
even buy some soap and wash my stank body because I do lawn care. And so
yeah.
if
Well,
and
you've
so
seen the back of our soapbox, right?
No, I haven't seen the bat. Do you
Oh,
have one near you?
oh
Does
yeah, we
anybody
got one. Hold on. Kayla's actually
show
gonna
me?
grab it real quick.
She went to go
Hey,
grab it? And
yeah, she's gonna grab it.
while she's running to go grab that, let me ask you this thing, because there's a lot of guys out there that, they may not have a business like yours or a business like mine, but they have a kid that is your age, right? And they have a family that is needing guidance and understanding, right? So if there was only one thing, man, Noah, if there was one thing that you wanted your son to remember about you as his dad, what would you want that to be?
Honestly, I'd say that I just never really said no to anything. I never would give up. Anything I started on, I'd give it 110% the whole way as much as I can. This is the second business I've owned. My last one, I mean, honestly, I was still working full time with it too. I would work a second shift at the university, so I'd work 4:30 to 12 at night, and then sometimes till 1, 2 in the morning, depending on what emergencies happen. And
Right.
then turn around, go home, get a shower, hop up at 7 in the morning and go put in fences until 1 o'clock, and then
Boom.
come home, hit a shower, get something to eat, and then go to work. And I did that for a year, and just everything was working great. We were just super busy, and then of course I took that position with the railroad, which covered with the salaries that we needed to make up that where Kayla could stay home and everything. But
Sure.
it's just we never gave up. I did whatever it was needed, to make ends meet, and that's how I was raised. I'm just gonna do whatever we got to do.
Right on. You have the back of that box?
I got it, man. Look at this.
Show me what it looks like. Put it up closer to that camera. Everybody can see it. What does it say? Wash your heyo. That's what I'm talking about. That is a freaking great. That is a great box, man.
Perfect,
And are
man.
you selling
Perfect.
those online on a store like
Yes,
e-commerce on your website?
on the website, you can go to the shop. You can click through. You can go through all the scents. You can actually get subscriptions to it also by monthly.
Does your website have scratch and sniff?
No,
No?
that would be awesome. We got to figure out how to do something like that.
For real.
We got to figure out some way.
Hey, Elon Musk, can you figure that out for us,
Hey,
please?
hey, all of this whole label is all
That's
AI
it.
generated.
Bucket
So,
full. Man, hey, listen, man, you ain't there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, if you ain't
no,
using AI accurately, then you're falling behind. I mean, you can't just use them to write your emails. Listen,
yeah,
I am staring at my lightning all my questions and my whole show is built with AI. Right? There's nothing
yeah,
wrong with it. I
no,
use it to benefit myself. At the end of the day, I still like to think for myself, but if I don't have a good prompt, I'm never going to be good at what I'm asking for it to do. So here's the lightning round. You ready, bro? I don't have any
what's
like
wrong
ding
with
ding
it?
ding 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 ding.
Let's
Early
send you a
bird,
bill.
early. Yeah, I'll just come to your house. Early bird or night owl?
Actually, kind of both. I think on average, mine usually finally lay down to go to bed at like midnight, 1 in the morning, and then I'll be up by 6:37.
Bam.
Typically.
Favorite favorite guilty pleasure snack, and you can't say your wife.
Mm, I don't know. I got it. All kind of depends on the day. Honestly, the truth is, if there is a bowl of white acre peas, I will eat every bit of it in one sitting. I can guarantee that. That is like my most all time favorite thing.
You went straight healthy, bro.
I know. Well, I mean, or I'll sit down and eat a whole bag. Like I said, it all just depends, on the day.
Okay, I
Yeah.
enjoy chips, bro. All right,
Yeah.
so most used dad phrase in your house.
Oh gosh. Trying to think. I don't even know which one I use the most, honestly.
Come
Uh,
on, come on. Which one? Come on, you know what it is. Is it because I said so?
no, no, that's one of Kayla's favorite ones. Honestly, that's typically Waylon's like I was like, why? She's like, because I said so.
All
And
right,
then
answer.
usually I'll chip in and just be like, because your mama said so.
Okay, you doubled up on it. On
Yeah.
one farm task that your son actually likes doing.
Um, he's kind of some of so the actual pigs that we raise pork, do it the same way we do with the beef. That is actually his business, believe it or not. So he's 9, he turns 10 next week.
Awesome.
He legitly runs the pig operation. Like he handles their feeding. He wrote his whole business plan out on sticky notes. So that I mean, proud dad moment right there because I gotta almost 10-year-old that has already wrote a complete business plan out and knows how to make it work and
What
see
color
for the
sticky
future.
note? Is it
Um,
yellow ones?
they're the green ones.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
pink. I thought they were green for some. Okay, they were pink ones. All right.
They're pink. So what's something that your son does that absolutely cracks you up, man?
Oh man, there's so many. I don't know. Caleb was
It's
going to
not
do it.
peeing in the corner though, not peeing in the
No,
corner.
no, he's got these comebacks sometimes that just come out of nowhere, and they're just, I mean, on point. I mean, yeah, and now he likes to call things that are, Richards. He likes to call them Richards. So we have one goat at one place that runs all the cows off the feed, so he just calls him Richard. He said he'll just
Well,
tell him like stop being a Richard, and I'm like, Waylon, man, can't do that. Like everybody knows what you're saying.
yeah, but the goat doesn't, and that'll be fine. Hey, listen, Noah, thank you so much for sharing your story, sharing your life, and sharing the legacy that you're building with us. Your commitment to raising a grounded young man and running a family farm and still managing high stakes work and loving a wife. It's absolutely inspiring. And for everybody listening, if this episode moved you, it made you laugh, it made you think, it made you want to buy some soap that makes your ass crack smell better,
Yeah,
whatever matters, right? Hit the subscribe button, share this with another dad who could use a little bit of help understanding what it's like to raise good kids and live with purpose. Hey, don't forget to check out Family Legacy Cattle and support businesses like Noah's and his families. And hey, Hampline Brewing Company, this shirt is sharp. It feels great, and I appreciate it so much. So I'll take a sponsorship if you got one. Until next time, Noah, keep leading your family with love, and you guys listening, keep leading your families with love and showing up fully and pouring out all of the hard days into a glass that you can enjoy. Well, we'll see you again on the next Two Dads Having a Beer. I appreciate you so much, Noah. Cheers, brother.
cheers, Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you.